A Step into the Past Volume 12 Chapter 9. Book 12 Chapter 09 Conflict. In front of Li Si and Xiang Xiaolong, Xiao Pan blew his top over Lu Bue, cursing, "Why would I want to read his stupid annals of Lu? He wrote so much about morals and virtues, but he himself is an ASSHO1E. Tell me, study attendant Li, what is the logic behind his theory of AA ruling by virtue? The world does not belong to one man but men belong to the world? Why don't he get rid of me as well and rule Qin directly?" Xiang Xiaolong and Li Si glanced at each other, choked by the forceful scolding of Xiao Pan. After lunch, Xiao Pan had summoned Xiang Xiaolong into the study. Zhu Ji spent most of her time with the newly promoted Lao Ai and did not have much time for her growing child. But Xiao Pan still loved this surrogate mother. He only cursed at Lu Bue and did not say anything about her. Li Si was frightened and kneeled down, kowtowing, "Crown Prince, please be appeased." Xiao Pan barked, "Get up and start explaining to me." Li Si stood up and respectfully began, "Qin has been prospering for 4 generations and possess a strong army. The feudal lords are not righteous people. You must use the military to overcome them and govern the country with laws. The commoners will look up to the officials as an example. There is no other way." Xiao Pan calmed down and asked, "What about the ruler's principles?" Li Si fluently replied, "I have been traveling all over the world and analyzed the politics of every state. It is pretty much the same everywhere. Firstly, it is the communication of the king's orders. Power must be held in his hands and law must be used to govern the country, winning the support of the people and strengthening the country. Premier Lu's AA govern the country with morality and righteousness is just plagiarizing Confucius's impractical ideas. It only sounds good but cannot work in real life." To Xiang Xiaolong, who came from the 21st century, Li Si's theory is correct and managed to pinpoint the realities of life. The only issue is that the monarch is not subjected to the law like everyone else. Until 2000 years later, nothing much will change. Since Xiao Pan came to Qin, he received the teachings of Shang Yang, which emphasizes on power and military might. Moreover, he grew up in the palace of Zhao and knew the value of power. This will make him clash with Lu Bue in the future. Recently, he came into contact with Xiao Pan more frequently and found this kid to be developing his own set of thoughts. If there are people around him, he will use gestures to highlight his authority. He is becoming more and more like the future Qin Shi Huang. Xiao Pan appears to be fully satisfied with his answer and nodded, "From today onwards, Subject Li shall be my palace librarian and be responsible for all work related to books in the palace. You need to attend morning court every day." Li Si was overjoyed and gave his thanks. Xiang Xiaolong was dazed and felt that Xiao Pan really have what it takes to rule Qin in the future. Although everything in the palace has to be approved by Zhu Ji, she will not fall out with her son over a librarian. Moreover, her son has just promoted her secret lover. Xiao Pan gestured, "I have something to discuss with Grand Tutor Xiang." Li Si got the hint and took his leave. Xiao Pan sat down and sighed, "You saw it for yourself how Empress and that traitor are singing the same tune. Even I do not have a chance to speak up." Xiang Xiaolong shook his head, "No. Crown Prince performed excellently and won the hearts of the officials. Now, the Crown Prince is only lacking in patience." Xiao Pan continued scolding, "Lu Bue took all the credit for himself, wanting both power and fame. He may even want the throne." Pausing, he angrily added, "The annals of Lu mentioned that we must punish evil men and not take bribes, we must give good men official positions. The good man is referring to himself. He is the one accepting bribes. And yet he says that the king must be frugal and lead by example." Although there is still a long time before his coronation, Xiao Pan's dissatisfaction with Lu Bue is growing every day. The moment he comes into power, Lu Bue will be toppled for sure. Xiao Pan asked, "Have you seen Li Si's classmate, Han Fei's work?" He mentioned, "Since Shang Yang's reforms, Qin has become rich and strong, but there is still evil at work. The people really getting wealthy are the ministers. He also mentioned, the Marquis of Rang crossed Han and Wei to attack Qi and did not even gain any territory after 5 years of war but was given a title. The Marquis of Ying attacked Han for 8 years and was also given a title. Since then, everyone followed their example and start wars. If they win, they will be promoted, otherwise, they will be conferred a title. The king has no idea about all these treachery. What fascinating views he has. I cannot wait to meet him. Xiang Xiaolong has not seen Han Fei's work before and was impressed by his literature and brilliance. He curiously asked, "Is it Li Si who introduced them to Crown Prince?" Xiao Pan shook his head, "It is Grand Tutor Qing who introduced them to me." Xiang Xiaolong thought that this is human nature. Li Si may be his good friend but he knows that he has a one-track mind and will not easily accept the teachings of others. After a moment of reflection, Xiang Xiaolong assured, "We have stirred up Lao Ai's ambitions. If we can give him more benefits, I am confident that he will betray Lu Bue and set up his own organization. When that happens, Empress will stand on his side and counter Lu Bue. We will then reap benefits from their fighting." Xiao Pan sighed, "Is there anything else we can do? I did not want to approve the canal project or the majority of our men and resources will be under his control." Xiang Xiaolong plainly state, "This strategy comes from a person named Moao. Once this man is eliminated, Lu Bue is as good as someone who has lost half his brain and will be easier to deal with." Xiao Pan cheered, "Master has finally decided to act." Xiang Xiaolong's eyes flashed with a strong killing aura and coldly promised, "Lu Bue's schemes originated from this man. He is considered my arch-enemy and how can I not avenge Princess Jian's death? I guarantee he will not survive the 3-day hunting fair." Xiang Xiaolong was about to leave the Crown Prince Palace when a sweet voice called him from behind, "Grand Tutor Xiang." Xiang Xiaolong was caught unaware and turned his head. A lively Qinqing came into his sight. She sauntered up to him and solemnly apologized, "My mistake. I should have addressed you as Imperial Cavalry Commander." Xiang Xiaolong bitterly smiled, "Your words are filled with sarcasm. Are you still grudging me for saying the wrong things that night?" Qinqing was stunned at his forthrightness. Her alarmed expression is enchanting and even Xiang Xiaolong who is used to seeing pretty women feasted his eyes on her beauty. However, her attitude remains the same and coldly replied, "Not really. Grand Tutor's words are right. Men are like that, always thinking that they are right and everyone else should listen to them." Xiang Xiaolong was amazed at her angry words. But since it was her who approached him, he should have a chance to maintain a certain degree of relationship with her. He raised his hands in mock surrender, "I give up and I throw in the towel. Grand Tutor Qin, please forgive my incompetency and foolish behavior." Originally, Qinqing successfully maintained her cold demeanor but now, like the sun after the storm, she lowered her head smiling and wailed, "You are incorrigible. Heavens! If she gives him this hot and cold treatment continuously, he may cross his own line and fall in love with her." Luckily, Qinqing resumed her coolness and lightly sighed, "I cannot forgive you because you did not expose Lu Bue's scheme to Empress. But after thinking, I find it reasonable. Everyone is trying their best to get into Lu Bue's good books and even you are not an exception." Xiang Xiaolong felt that he was severely misunderstood. But he cannot rebut her. How can he tell her that he cannot change the path of history and thus, will not support Lu Bue as Lu Bue will be the ultimate loser at the end? While he was lost for words, Qinqing added with disdain, "I felt bad for Sister Yanran to have married a husband who panders to those in power." She turned and left. Watching her graceful, swan-like posture moving away from his, he roared, "Hold it!" The nearby palace guards were alarmed and looked in their direction. They saw the respected Grand Tutor of Crown Prince Zheng, Xianyang City's #1 beauty Qinqing on one side and the Imperial Cavalry Commander Xiang Xiaolong on the other side. Helplessly, they pretended not to have heard or seen anything and returned back to their original duties. Qinqing casually halted and coldly snorted, "Are you going to arrest me? Now, you are in power and enjoy the backing of several influential people. Naturally, you will not see eye to eye with me." Xiang Xiaolong nearly exploded. Striding to her back, he angrily exclaimed, "You!" Qinqing simply asked, "Are you trying to create a scene in front of the entire palace?" Xiang Xiaolong composed himself and discouraging hissed, "Forget it. You can think whatever you like. I know what I am doing." Qinqing softly asked, "Aren't you just a lackey of Lu Bue?" Xiang Xiaolong felt terrible to be misunderstood by this beauty and shot out without thinking, "I wish I can grab hold of him and Hey! It's nothing." Qinqing turned around and was pleased, "Now you are telling the truth. But why did Mr. Xiang did not expose Lu Bue's scheme to seduce Empress?" Xiang Xiaolong realized that she acted in such a manner to force him to reveal his true self and was dumbfounded. He stared blankly at her attractive face which only Ji Yanran can match. For once, Qinqing did not mind him appreciating her looks. Revealing 2 rows of neat and snowy white teeth, she smiled, "Please forgive me for tricking you. But you are such a chauvinist man and always keep secrets from women, especially me. What did you say to King Zhuangxiang on his deathbed?" Xiang Xiaolong hardened his heart and bent forward towards her, admiring her flawless skin, her petite ear and her novel earring. In a hushed voice, he disclosed, "I promise His Majesty that I will kill Lu Bue one day to avenge him," and told him to leave peacefully. Hot tears flowed continuously from Qinqing's eyes. Through her vision blurred by tears, she saw Xiang Xiaolong walking away from her. To keep his dinner appointment at the premier residence, Xiang Xiaolong quickly left the palace and rushed home to shower and change. Naturally, the Tian sisters were tending to him. Music from Ji Yanran's playing of the flute can be heard from the rear garden. The tune was sad and full of pain. Yanran played for a while, stopped, resumed playing and stopped again. Xiang Xiaolong was finding it strange and proceeded to the rear garden to see his pretty wife. Ji Yanran was seated in the garden pavilion and holding her flute. Something seems to be on her mind. Xiang Xiaolong went up behind her and stretched his hands in front, embracing her into his bosom. Kissing her delicate face and smelling her scent, he implored, "Why is Yanran's music so melancholic?" Ji Yanran slowly explained, "Today is the anniversary of our country's annihilation. Thinking that our grand empire is gone just like that, I cannot help but be distracted. People fight and countries fight. When will everyone see eye to eye with each other?" Xiang Xiaolong went for her lips and kissed her heavily, sighing, "This will never change. Everyone is out to benefit themselves and it doesn't matter if it is one man, an organization, a tribe, or a country. As long as greed and benefits are present, fighting is unavoidable. For example, there is only one talented Lady G whom I have gotten. Other people will not have a share of you and will fight with me for you." Ji Yanran was greatly amused and hugged him in return, shaking her head in amazement. Xiang Xiaolong asked, "Did you have an afternoon nap? When I first saw you in Daliang, you just woke up from your nap and your fragrance is overwhelming." Ji Yanran was happy with his teasing and giggled, "Nonsense. Hubby seems to be in a good mood today." Xiang Xiaolong bitterly smiled, "Don't even ask. I was tricked by your good friend Qinqing and nearly blew my top." Ji Yanran was surprised, "Are you sure? She is a proud woman but still has a good opinion about you. Based on our friendship, she should not give you any trouble." Hugging her, Xiang Xiaolong led her to another side of the pavilion. After they got seated, he told her the whole story. Ji Yanran was laughing non-stop like a blossoming flower. Even though he is familiar with her looks, her charming posture aroused him and he began to fondle her. Ji Yanran held his naughty hands and wailed, "Stop tempting me. You are going to the premier residence for dinner soon." Xiang Xiaolong was reminded and stopped immediately. Curious, he asked, "How did Qinqing become a widow? Do you know about her background and history?" Ji Yanran softly sighed. Sister Qin is a royal descendant and her forte is in academic. At the age of 16, she married a capable general according to her parents' wishes. Sadly, on the day of their wedding, her husband received a military order to enter war at once. He did not return. Xiang Xiaolong sighed, such a pitiful girl. Ji Yanran objected, I don't think she is pitiful. Sister Qin knows how to enjoy life and loves to trim plants. Once, I saw her spend an entire day trimming a pot of peonies. I cannot be like her and entertain myself and be lost in my own world. Unless it is with you, Xiang Xiaolong. Xiang Xiaolong sighed, I have just heard the best flattery in the world. But you are right. Qin Qing, an elegant and virtuous lady who is as calm as the moon. Ji Yanran laughed, but her peaceful composure has been shaken by you. It is said that she never talks about men, but she kept asking me about things related to you. When I told her about you, her eyes are shining with excitement. HNG. I did not pick the wrong person to marry. Xiang Xiaolong was dazed. You are telling me all her secrets, are you trying to encourage me? Ji Yanran seriously state, on the contrary. Sister Qin is special and commands the highest respect from all Qin women, like a goddess of chastity. Unless you can bring her away from here, you will create endless trouble for you and for her if you violate her purity. Xiang Xiaolong was awestruck and promised, relax. After the unfortunate incident of Princess Jian and the maids, I have given up skirt chasing. Except for my wives and maids, I have no other desires. Ji Yanran straightened up and repeated, given up skirt chasing. AI. Why does hubby's casual words always enlighten me and taught me something new? Xiang Xiaolong was feeling guilty. He managed to woo this top beauty and shake the resolution of the pure Qinqing because he has 2,000 years of history backing him up. This is his trump card in betting his life against Lu Bui's. Otherwise, he would have been killed a long time ago. At this very moment, Wu Tingfang and Zhao Ji came home with Xiang Baoer, whom they had brought out to play. Xiang Xiaolong accompanied them for a while until evening time. He then made his way to the Imperial Cavalry Command Center to meet up with Teng Yi and Jing Jun. Together, they rode towards the premier residence for Lu Bui's banquet.